Let's be honest. You've probably been told that if you want to lose fat, you just need to eat less. And to be fair, it works for a little while. You cut calories, the scale drops, and you feel like you've finally figured it out. But here's the problem. Research shows that about 80 to 90% of people who lose weight from dieting gain it all back within a year. Not because they're lazy, not because they don't want it badly enough, but because eating less for too long backfires. Your body fights back. Your metabolism slows, hunger hormones spike, and before you know it, you're stuck in the same cycle. Lose a few pounds, gain it back. Repeat. In this video, I'm breaking down why eating less for too long keeps you stuck, what's actually happening to your metabolism when you undereat, and how to create a calorie deficit the right way so you can finally lose fat and keep it off for good. If you've ever wondered why doing everything right still isn't working, this is for you. Let's get into it. So yes, eating less can work at first. You drop a few pounds, your clothes fit a little better, and you start to think, finally, I'm getting somewhere. But here's where it falls apart for almost everyone. You try to keep that same low intake going for months. And at first, you blame yourself when things slow down. Maybe I need to eat even less. Maybe I need to add more cardio. But no, the problem isn't your willpower. It's that your body's smarter than your diet. When you stay in a calorie deficit for too long, your body starts fighting back. It burns fewer calories, slows down your metabolism, and starts doing everything it can to protect you. So while you're thinking, I just need to be more disciplined, your body's thinking, I'm starving, better hold on to everything she eats. That's why you can go from seeing fast progress to feeling completely stuck. You didn't suddenly lose motivation. Your body just hit the wall that you built by undereating for too long. Okay, so let's talk about what's actually happening inside your body when you stay in a deficit too long. Yes, fat loss comes from a calorie deficit. That's part true, but your metabolism isn't a fixed number. It adapts to what you do over time. When you eat less for too long, your body goes into what's called metabolic adaptation. And here's what that means. Your body realizes it's getting less energy, and so it starts conserving what it has. You burn fewer calories at rest. You move less without realizing it. Fewer steps, less energy, less fidgeting, and your hunger hormones ramp up to get you to eat more. It's not your body failing, it's your body protecting you. That's why after a few weeks of eating super low calories, you hit that plateau and think, I'm doing everything right. Why isn't anything happening? Because your body already adjusted. You're no longer in a deficit. You're just stuck in maintenance, but with no energy and no progress. That's why I tell my clients all the time, a calorie deficit works only when your metabolism is healthy enough to respond to it. If your body's underfueled, overstressed, and running on fumes, no amount of cutting is going to get you leaner. You're just teaching your body to survive instead of burn fat. I want to share something one of my clients, Annie, said after going through my program, because it perfectly sums up what happens when you stop trying to diet your way through exhaustion. She said, I just felt so frustrated. I was trying to lose weight, but felt so stuck. I thought I was eating healthy and doing all the right things, but my body felt broken. And here's the part that hit me. She realized it wasn't about trying harder. It was that her body had been under constant stress and needed to restore first. She said, I had a lot of stress before the program and I had been dieting before. I think my body needs more time to adjust before going into a deficit. Just feeling like this program gave me tools to succeed and so much hope. That's the truth most women miss. If your metabolism's been through years of undereating and stress, the smartest thing you can do isn't to diet harder. It's to restore your foundation first. That's what allows fat loss to actually work later and last. So let's talk about what it actually means to do this the right way. Because I'm not saying a calorie deficit doesn't work. It absolutely does. But you have to earn the right to be in one. And that starts with rebuilding your metabolism first. Here's what that looks like. It's exactly what I walk women through in my fat loss checklist. Step 1, eat enough. Seriously. Most moms are barely eating enough to survive, let alone lose fat. If your body's running on empty, your metabolism slows down, your energy tanks, and fat loss stalls. Start fueling again so your body feels safe enough to respond. Step 2, get protein at every meal. You don't need to weigh or track everything. Just make sure there's some protein on your plate every time you eat. Protein helps you stay full, keeps your blood sugar stable, and protects your muscle while you lose fat. Step number 3, keep your blood sugar steady, even on pizza night. This one's huge, and most women completely overlook it. When your blood sugar's out of control, so is your hunger and your energy. Let's talk about how this actually works because it's a game changer. Here's what happens. You grab something quick like coffee and a bagel. Your blood sugar spikes. Insulin rises, and a few hours later, you crash. That crash makes your body crave fast energy, usually sugar or more carbs. And now you're stuck in the loop. More spikes, more crashes, more cravings. When you learn to keep your blood sugar steady, eating protein first, pairing carbs with fiber or fat, everything changes. You stay fuller, your energy's stable, and your body finally has a chance to burn stored fat instead of constantly chasing the next fix. Comment balance if that's something you know that you need to work on. You don't need to cut carbs. You just need to control the roller coaster. And step 4, lift a few times a week, nothing crazy. You don't need a gym membership or an hour a day. Strength training just 2 to 3 times a week builds muscle, and muscle is metabolism. That's what keeps your results long after the diet ends. And step number 5, repeat, don't restart. This one's the hardest to learn, but it's also the most powerful. Let's pause here for a second because if you get this, everything else clicks. The biggest trap I see women fall into is the start over Monday mindset. You have one off day, one meal you wish you hadn't eaten, and suddenly it's, I'll just start fresh next week. But every time you start over, you're erasing momentum. You're not moving forward. You're just repeating the same first week over and over again. The women who actually see results aren't perfect. They just don't quit when it's messy. So instead of starting over, just keep repeating the basics because that's what builds the body you want, not another perfect week. Comment repeat if you've ever caught yourself saying, I'll start over Monday. That's the difference between spinning your wheels and finally seeing real progress. When you finally start fueling enough and training smart, your whole body starts to shift. You'll notice your energy come back first. That's your metabolism waking up. Then your sleep improves, your cravings calm down, and you stop constantly thinking about food. And before you even realize it, your clothes start fitting differently. Not because the scale dropped overnight, but because your body composition changed. That's the part most people miss. You can be the same weight, but look completely different once you start eating for your metabolism instead of against it. I've seen it over and over. Women who were stuck for years suddenly start seeing progress once they stop starving and start fueling. They're eating more, training less, feeling better, and for the first time, it actually feels doable. That's what sustainable fat loss looks like. You're not chasing numbers, you're building a body that works with you. And if you've ever wondered why you feel stuck no matter what you try, this is why. This is the part nobody talks about. The real reason you're stuck isn't that you haven't found the right diet. It's that you've been in a calorie deficit for too long. Your body isn't meant to live there forever. When you stay there month after month, year after year, your metabolism slows down. Your hormones shift and your body starts fighting to protect itself. That's why you're tired all the time. That's why the scale won't move. That's why the same plan that used to work doesn't anymore. Because your body's not the problem. It's the approach. If you want to see results again, you have to reverse out. That means bringing your calories back up slowly, eating enough protein, managing stress, and letting your metabolism reset. When you do that, your body finally feels safe enough to let go again. You've been taught that if you're not suffering, you're not doing it right. That more restriction, more cardio, and fewer calories means more progress. But that's not discipline, that's punishment. Real discipline is fueling your body when diet culture tells you not to. It's choosing rest when your body needs recovery. Showing up consistently instead of starting over every Monday. You can't hate your body into changing. You can only change it when you start taking care of it. Because fat loss isn't about doing less forever. It's about doing what's right long enough for your body to trust you again. Here's what actually works. You don't need to keep doing more cardio. You don't need to keep cutting more food. You need to stop under-eating, start fueling, and give your body what it's been asking for all along. Because the women who get results aren't the ones who eat the least. They're the ones who finally start fueling their body to work with them and not against them. So here's your next step. I put together a free fat loss checklist. It walks you through the exact habits that actually create real results so you can eat more, burn fat, and finally feel in control again. You can grab it in the link in the description below. And if this video hit home, subscribe for more real talk videos that teach you how to get results without wrecking your metabolism. You don't need to start over. You just need to do what works long enough for it to work. I'll see you in the next one.